All right, y'all. Welcome to Street Church. Congregation, come on in. And for first time visitors, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're going to be talking about that shootout that happened in Charlotte, North Carolina, some days back here. Um, law enforcement agencies got together to serve a warrant for a suspect who had a felony warrant for felon in possession of firearms. I have been charged and convicted of being a felon in possession of firearms myself. They issue out warrants for this. You know, it could be as simple as um, you being in a trap house and there's a gun near you, and they could just put the gun on you and say, because you already have prior felonies, you're a felon in possession of a firearm. Okay. Once you have a felony, in most states, you can no longer bear arms. Um, and there's a whole nother video I could do on how I feel about that. And why is it that they have that law in place and what it does to people to have the ability to bear arms. But that's neither here or there. I'm going to just talk about this incident that happened in Charlotte, North Carolina. So, as many of you, because I'm going to assume my audience, uh, you are aware of this shootout that happened between law enforcement agencies there to serve the warrant in Charlotte, North Carolina, and the suspect. And I believe the shooter is dead. His name was Terry Clark Hughes Jr., age 39. He was killed in that shootout, in that gunfire exchange between him and the law enforcement agencies. I read the article through Fox News, the news feed from Fox News, and maybe it was just them the way they did the article, but it was really, really telling on uh it was really telling about law enforcement, the state of law enforcement agencies today, right? It was very telling. And the telltale was bad, seriously bad. For us who depend on the protection and the prevention of crime in America, I've been noticing that the new role of the law enforcement agencies in the United States of America is mainly to just respond now to crimes that have already happened. They're they're not there to protect or to prevent or to deter. They're there to just respond to crimes that have already happened and take place. The tragedy has already happened. The devastation has already been done. And they're simply there to just respond. They have become the role of the local police, particularly, has has been reduced to just responders, as the federal government is allowed and encouraged to do more of the protection and the prevention. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's going to usher in something that we are going to find out is very it's going to take away our freedoms as we know we have now. The freedoms that we have now are going to be taken away because they're going to continue to give the federal government the ability and the initiative to do the protecting and the preventing and the deterring, while they allow local law enforcement only the ability and initiative to respond. Sort of like janitorial, the cleanup, the cleanup crew. Anyway, so Terry Clark Hughes Jr., age 39, wasn't going. When they got there, a shootout ensued. And unfortunately, and sadly, um, 8 officers were shot, 4 were killed, right? There was 2 North Carolina Department of Corrections there. They were killed. 2 North Carolina Department of Correction officers were killed. 1 deputy marshal was killed. 1 deputy U.S. marshal, and 1 Charlotte Mecklenburg police officer. That so 4 officers killed. 8 shot, 8 wounded total. Right now, they said that it was 16 different agencies on this task force to apprehend and serve this search warrant. So it was not only a warrant for his arrest, but a search warrant. So here it is, you serving a warrant that's got to deal with firearms. And to me, they didn't go about it right. They were up against an AR-15 and 40 cal handgun was recovered from this shootout. He had the higher ground, which should have been seen before the approach. They should have seen. Come on, this is your training that should kick in. Why didn't the training kick in? Why would they continue to approach knowing that the suspect had the higher ground? That should have been a red flag. And your training should have kicked in. I'm quite sure this is taught, because I'm quite sure the military teaches state and local government law enforcement agencies. They all are together, working together, right, to modify and enhance their tactics, their strategy, because these law enforcement agencies, like in this incident, they work together usually when it's a person that poses this type of threat. And all the training that they have had should have kicked in when they knew that they was fin to serve a search warrant for someone who is a felon in possession of a firearms. It seemed like gang members strategize better on running up on their ops than law enforcement agency is running up on fugitives and criminals. Because I think the average gangbanger would have scoped out that, man, we can't just run up on him right here because he got higher ground. They said they were at a disadvantage from the get-go because he had higher ground. He was shooting from the 2nd floor of his house, front and back. So he was just moving back and forth, because the other people that they arrested, that they tried to, and this is why I said it was telling the way that they were so upset, and it was so egregious the way they got dealt this blow, because that's what it was. It was listen, there's no way people is not going to tell me that it's not a us or them thing when it comes to law enforcement agencies and apprehending criminals, right? And it was just like he got the best of them. He was a better shot, which was not good. He outsmarted them to a certain extent. He knew to take higher ground, which means he's either been on YouTube and TikTok getting some training, self-training, or he was trained, right? But he was a better shot and he had the advantage. Now, this is what I want to say because I want to make this video as short as possible. What's telling is that they was trying to make a 17-year-old who was in the house, probably held hostage, probably forced to go through this ordeal, could have got killed, and someone else who they haven't said name or age. They were in the house and they were pulled out of the house, and they don't want to accept that this one guy was probably a better shot and outsmarted them to a certain extent. So they want to try to act like they still investigating, and the people that were found in the house are a person of interest. I think they should let it go and accept the fact that they were outsmarted, not even outgunned, because there were 16 agencies, 16 different agencies, right? And that's probably why that they had so many casualties, because think about it, 16 different agencies all receiving some different type of training. One agency might have been trained a lot less than the U.S. Marshals, because they were the ones that's probably the leading agency on that task, right? That they had to serve this search warrant for felon in possession of a firearm. So that's probably why it was, because it's 4 people that got killed, and they all, except for the 2 Department of Corrections, they were all from different agencies. 2 of them was from Department of Correction. One was a deputy U.S. Marshal that was killed, and one was a police officer, local, statewide, and then the Department of Corrections again in North Carolina, for North Carolina, makes it local. So 3 local agents, 3 local officers were killed. 1 U.S. Marshal, deputy U.S. Marshal. See what I'm saying? So the fact that they had these different agencies, maybe before they issued the warrant, they all should have been briefed and trained on. They should have went and surveyed where they was trained. You see what I'm saying? It don't seem like they did. It seemed like they briefed them on who the criminal was on paper, but they didn't go and look. And somebody should have did some recon before they went and served that search warrant. They did it based off what he looks like on paper. Because somebody that has the most experience should have went and did the recon and said, he's got higher ground. We can't come at him like this. We're going to have to wait this out. We're going to have to wait to see if he'll come up out that house. Take out the trash, anything. We got to try to get him then because he got higher ground. But I don't think that was done. It couldn't have been done because we got 8 officers shot, 4 killed. So however they went about it, because even before they issued the warrant, I'm sure they should have just had some kind of couple-day training on the agents that were going to be involved and some recon done. And it cannot be that they, because he, listen, in the if you go listen, you can go to Fox News feed, go do your own research. This U.S. Marshal, 4 officers killed in Charlotte, North Carolina shootout. It'll tell you everything you need to know. But you can watch how many questions the person who is doing the report, the person who is standing there, talking to the press. He has too many questions himself that let you know the ball was dropped somewhere. And most likely it was dropped in a lack of training in all these agencies. And he hinted to budget. So that was a telltale. He hinted to, because he said that they vest had ceramic plates, right? Not Teflon, not the top of the line. So ceramic plates must be low budget for him to have said that. So they vest had ceramic plates in it. So there's budget, briefing, recon, and training, different type of training, which it might be less training for one agency, where it's a lot of training on dealing with these type of criminals in other agencies. But you got 16 different agencies, all with 16 different types of training. It's a recipe most likely for failure or fatalities. Because you serve a warrant, the best outcome is apprehension with no fatalities, no casualties. They had 8 casualties and 4 fatalities. It was not a good day for law enforcement. On that note, y'all let me know what y'all think. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what y'all know. Let me know what y'all think. And do me a favor, get you some merch. T-shirt, water bottle, and start your fall collection early by getting you a hoodie. Because I got a merch store below every video that I do. My store is right below. You can just click on the item that you like. I got, 25, 30 different types of items. They're all some nice outfits, for you to put on and go out there and represent. On that, this is Street Church. I'm letting the congregation out. God bless.